Good morning everyone, welcome back to MotoSoul, and in this video we are going to talk about why you should not install fork risers on your motorcycle. Now this would be the standard for all motorcycles. Now if this is happening on this motorcycle, it would most likely happen on any other motorcycle. So now the bike does not have the fork risers installed. I've had this earlier, but I've removed it because I've faced many issues with the fork risers because of the fork risers. So let's start with the fork risers. Now I've had the fork risers installed on the upper part, not from the inside. So the inner tube would have threads. That's where you install the fork risers. Now I had installed the fork risers. The size was 2 inches, so it would increase the height by 2 inches. Now when I increased the height by 2 inches, the height was increased drastically, but I had some issues with it. Now let's start with the issues. Now if you follow me on Instagram, or if you have seen my previous video about the reveal of the RX 135, you have already seen that I had a dirt mudguard here, like the Impulse. So I had the dirt mudguard here, and the number plate was on the mudguard, and the mudguard would come in between the headlight, and that would result that it would have a shadow of the mudguard. So when I open the headlight, the light would actually show a shadow of the mudguard itself. So that's where I had to think about getting a fog lamp, but then I had to remove it. Now there was one more reason that I had to remove the dirt mudguard. Because of the dirt mudguard, the cables were also interfering with the mudguard, so there was no enough play for them to work. Now when you press the brake cable, the cable actually moves a little bit. Now when I fit the mudguard, if I'm holding it right here, the function of the cable is restricted. So because of the fork risers, because of the increased height, the cables were falling short. So I had to go for a Chetak clutch cable to compensate for the height, and then I had to alter the clutch cable and make it a brake cable so that I could use it as a front brake cable. And for the speedometer cable, I could not find a longer cable, but I had to remove the speedometer lock that's right here. So I had to remove this lock, and then it was working fine, but in some rough terrain it would stop working and then start working automatically. That was because of the shortened speedometer cable. Now I also had another issue. If you guys noticed, when I had the dirt mudguard, I didn't have the stock mudguard here. So first I didn't even have a mudguard here. So what happens was, whenever I had a little fall, the forks would twist and it would misalign the whole fork. So then I had to align it properly again. So that's when I realized that this bike was not designed without the mudguard. So the mudguard actually, it holds the bike, it strengthens the whole the fork pipes. It gives strength to the whole the fork pipes. So this is how the fork pipes are properly in place. And if you have the stock mudguard fitted, if you have this installed, that's when your fork is in proper strength. It has proper strength, so even if you have a fall, the fork might not get bent, it would not get misaligned. So the mudguard is compulsory. So that's when I actually had to go for another mudguard. I had to chop it off, and then I had the mudguard here. Now there is one more reason that I had to install the mudguard. The reason is that when I was off-roading, or when I was riding in the rain, all the mud and all the muck and all the water and everything would go inside and fill in the engine head. Even if you install everything, even if you sort out everything out, you will still have issues with the front fork. Now what happens is, because of the longer suspension that you've increased with the fork risers, now the 2 inches of that increase will actually make the fork stiff. Now what happens is, with the stock suspension without the fork risers, the bike will whenever you take out this bike on the center stand, you can actually feel the forks compressing. Now when you install the fork risers, that wouldn't happen. It would happen right away when you take out the bike from the side stand, but it would again the shocks won't be compressed like it should be. Now what happens is, when you go on a speed bump, when you're riding at 70-80 kilometers per hour speed, that's when you hit a bump, right? And when you hit a bump, the shocks wouldn't work like normally. It wouldn't work like it should. It would be very the rebound and the the overall performance of the shocks would be very stiff. So I would highly recommend you not go for the fork risers. Fork risers are mostly for aesthetics. It's just for the looks. It's not going to help your bike in any kind of terrain or anything. It would actually make your bike suspension stiffer. And I've also had an issue with the motorcycle. Now when I was riding in the city with the fork risers, I've had the issues with the fork and the suspension. It was not like it should be. It wasn't soft. It wouldn't take all the bumps, as the normal fork would. And then what happens is, every 100 kilometers or 200 kilometers I had to tighten the cone set. Since I've reverted back to stock, I don't have to do that very often. And the one more issue that I faced with the fork risers is that when I went on rides for about 60 or 70 kilometers one way, and when I was cruising at 80 km per hour with the pillion, I could see that the bike was tilting. The bike would have height from the front forks, but with the rear shocks it would tilt a little bit. So with the pillion on the RX 135, when I have the pillion on with me, when I'm going 80 km per hour, I'll have a picture on the screen right now. The bike would look like this. And then that's not just for the looks, because I have increased the fork height from the front, the rear shocks would actually work. They would become soft. Even if I had them on the hardest setting, they would actually be the suspension would have been very stiff, even on the front and on the rear. So when I have the pillion right with me, the pillion would actually have knee pain. Now what happens is, when you're riding at 70-80 km per hour speed, and I'm sitting right here, because of the aerodynamics, because of the fork risers, the bike would sag from the behind, and it would result in knee pain. Now what happened was, I was riding with my friend, and we noticed even I had the knee pain when I was sitting on the as a pillion on the RX 135. Now this is where I would sit, right? Now I don't have the problem of this hitting my back, but with the fork risers, and when you're riding at 80 km per hour speed, the bike would tilt from the back side, and it would result in me sitting like this. Now if I'm sitting like this for for an hour or so, I would get knee pain or back pain. So even if you're riding with a pillion, I wouldn't suggest you go for the fork risers. Fork risers are just for the looks. It does not increase your performance of the forks, and actually it makes everything troublesome. So I've had my issues with the fork risers, and that's when I realized that the bike doesn't need fork risers. If I'm increasing the height, I maybe have to go for a better fork setup, but that's another, it's a different project in itself. So, and I also had one more thing. I had to, when I increased the height with the fork risers, I also had to increase the height of the center stand. Now this is the stock center stand and the stock side stand. Now when I increased the fork risers, I had installed a CD100 SS side stand that is direct fit, and it works most like a Hero Impulse side stand, but made for an RX100. So if you're planning to go for the fork risers, and if you need a side stand, direct fit side stand, you don't want to mess around with the stock one, you can go for the CD100 SS side stand. And for the center stand, you don't have any option, but you have to get the center stand welded. Now this is in stock condition. Now I don't have any plans of installing fork risers. The fork risers make the aerodynamics and overall design of the bike very different, and it makes the handling of the bike very different. The bike wouldn't have confidence when I'm in corners, or even when I'm off-roading. The suspension wouldn't work right. It was very stiff. And वो बोलते हैं ना कि जो गाड़ी जैसा डिज़ाइन करे, there are many brains behind designing a motorcycle. It's not just one person like me. Now if I think that I can make a motorcycle taller, and if I can make the suspension work right, I'm wrong. मैं तो engineer भी नहीं हूँ. So the main reason of making this video is that I see many people make convert their bikes into adding fork risers. You can do that, but it's not going to perform well. I mean, it's not going to perform like it should. So that's the whole video, I mean the whole point of making this video. And I wanted to share this information with you guys, because many people install fork risers, but it might look good in a Instagram photo. It might look, the bike would look beautiful, it would look like an Impulse, but it would surely not ride like an Impulse. So if you guys are going for fork risers, don't go for it. I wouldn't recommend it. And one more heads up, do not install the fork risers that are installed in this for shock absorbers. These are the ones which are installed from the inside are not safe for the rider or for the environment as well. By the environment I mean for the road, for the people who are on the road, it's not safe for them as well. Now if you go, if you crash, that's a different story, but if you crash into someone else, that is another big problem. And try not to install the fork risers. Fork risers are good just for the looks. Now if you keep your bike mostly in the parking, or you just keep it at a cafe, that's when you can do it. It's just for the looks. But if you want to ride your motorcycle, I would suggest the stock suspension and the stock setup is the best one. That's about it for this video. Now let me know in the comment section below if you guys have installed fork risers, and if you have had the same issues like me or something else. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.